Welcome to the Outbreak, also known as my Ask Me Anything video. So when I first started my Patreon account, this was the very first milestone. If I reached $200 a month, I would do one of these. Well, I thought I had months before I would hit it, and I reached it in 2 or 3 weeks, and then nobody had any questions for me because they didn't know who the hell I was. So now that I have some questions to answer, I thought I would do that here. And I thought, in addition to that, I would play the first hour of one of my favorite games, Pathologic 2, just to make it interesting to more people. If you have any questions that I don't answer, feel free to drop them in the comments below, or if we're mutuals on Twitter especially, just ask away. I like talking to people. If you'd like me to play more Pathologic 2 when this is over, also tell me. I'll figure out a way to do that without spamming everybody's, timeline, whatever the hell it's called. So, I guess let's get started. Our play begins in the middle of things. It might take time to figure out what is happening, but it will all start coming together soon. While it's loading, first question, what is your biggest flaw? We're really not fucking around with this one, are we? So if I had to answer like the answer I should give, it's that I have a really sharp tongue. I'm really blunt. I wish I didn't hurt people's feelings when I was just saying something factual so often, and sometimes I can get a little bit mean, and I don't like that about myself. But if you want to know the thing I would make a Faustian bargain to fix, it's probably that I take loss a little bit too hard. I'm gonna, not tell you a whole lot more about that because it could get pretty personal, but that's the honest answer. All right, here we go. Who is this guy?
Hope springs eternal, but the water runs through your fingers.
So, Barack, your performance was a flop. You're unfit for the role. A cursed production. This is our second attempt. And a second failure. Come on, the first run was decent. That is not for you to judge. We gave it all we had. Whatever. You're dismissed. The bird will give you your final payment. Aren't you tired of those beakheads? They're trouble. They were the only useful people around. Right. So this is definitely my favorite game. There's a little bit of jank, of course. It's not a AAA title. It's not fully optimized. So not this direction.
Sow an act and you reap a habit. Sow a habit and you reap a character. Sow a character and you reap a destiny.
They don't trust me anymore. I wasn't even invited to the final council. Where are the birds? Up where else? If you mean the real ones. I mean the orderlies. Here's Clara, changeling.
No, don't mind me. You're just funny, that's all.
Turns out the birds aren't birds at all. Want to know what they are? Lean down, I'll tell you. Lower. Lower now. They're fingers. Did they tell you that? Yeah, this is a direct quote. We're not birds, we're fingers. That's why people call them executors. Are you tired? Want me to relieve your headache? Go ahead. It's not like you can actually do it. Before we do that, can't go outside. Want to receive your payment? Well, everyone will get paid what they're due in the cathedral. That's where the final choice will be made. By whom? The authorities. Fitting? It's still so spooky. I've played this 4 or 5 times, I think. And I still kind of get, a little bit of tension when I see certain things. This is where the quest system lives. You'll see more of it later, probably, but the way they handle quests in this game is actually pretty brilliant. Day 12, the last one, which the harvest ends with a semicolon. And then the fucking music comes in, man. Ugh. It's like we have to get over here. We'll fix everything. The decision will be made in the cathedral. Check out this note. Schlafler contracted it. Anakov contracted it. Jackson contracted it. Lieutenant contracted it. Kurbanov contracted it. Yevizin contracted it. Captain hasn't contracted it. Put a bullet in his head. It's such a fucking good opening. I should probably answer another question, but I get so distracted by how fucking good this thing is. It's my friend Aspity. I know where you're going. Want a piece of advice? Speak, but please be quick. It won't take long. The town is gone, and to hell with it. But the kin are gone also. Your family is gone. Your father remains unavenged, his path unfollowed. The 7 children who entrusted their lives to you are dead. You are the only one left. Do you want to save yourself at least? No. You don't know the whole situation. Not all is lost. The outbreak can still be curbed. That's why I'm going to the cathedral. It's there that the decision about the bombardment is made. Heed my advice. You think she loves you. You think she's a friend and he's a foe because he brought in the cannons. Don't talk to her first. Talk to him. You know nothing. She's my ally. So, how about another question while we're walking? Oof. What have you found to be the most interesting about making YouTube videos, and what have you found to be the most challenging thing that people don't seem to talk about? I find editing, I think, to be the most interesting. I have, some speech issues, which maybe might show up in this video. I'm not going to do a lot of editing on it. But it does mean I'm very frustrated with how I communicate. And it's sort of nice to be able to present myself the way I've always wished people would perceive me. Gosh. The most challenging thing by far is sound. You can get pretty shitty sound pretty easily, just stick a mic out there. But if you want good, clean sound, you have to really understand what you're doing, I think. And you have to spend some time on it. And it matters almost more than visuals. Like, people will turn off your video if the sound sucks. So when I first played this game, I went in completely blind. And this was the first part where my breath was sort of taken away. Like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Man. What fandom did I write my fanfic in? I was a writer in the Star Wars fandom. For the most part, I did a lot of what are called AUs, which means I just used stock characters. And then I wrote for a fandom called Fruits Basket, which is just an anime about, intergenerational trauma and cute boys who turn into animals. I think my most popular fanfic got 50,000 views, which is not bad. Like, if I sold a book 50,000 copies, I'd be very happy with that. I did have legitimate fans, and that was kind of a trip. I'm nowhere near as popular as I was in fandom, and I'm not sure I handled it as well as I could have at all times. It's a lot of pressure. But yeah, I do hope to build a writing career, and hopefully I'll take what I learned from that.
Worst of all, a coward. Always was a coward. Oh, how I hate it.
Is this the doctor? This is the doctor. What do you want? I want to influence your decision somehow. What is this nonsense? State your name and occupation. Artemy Barak, surgeon. I see. Give me a reason to call off the bombardment. You have one chance. I know how to make a serum. We'll need time to produce it at scale, but the recipe has been developed. No, Barak. If you told me you had 3 tank cars full of that panacea and an army of doctors from the capital ready to administer it, that would have convinced me. As it stands, there's no going back. It's too great a risk. Don't.
There is an immutable and rational order that fate itself has composed. All things run their inevitable courses down the topology of the universe, toward the mass of this black gravity.
Why have you come? You now decide the town's fate. We already decided everything without you. You've come uninvited. What did you decide? Who are you to demand reports from us, a backwoodsman, a self-taught doctor practicing barbaric traditional medicine? But I know who you are. You're the person I was very wrong to put my hopes on, the person who let me down. Out. Now. I only need one more day. Hey, you over there, seize this man and throw him out. Aglaya, listen to me.
Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. Are you even trying now?
So you insist on a second attempt, huh? Stubborn. Not a second. A first one. All right. Let's roll then. Let us imagine that the last train has not yet left the station. Just don't be late. All right. Let's roll. You are Artemy Barak, a surgeon. You're coming back to your hometown, summoned by a disturbing letter from your father. While we're loading, which works of fiction have influenced your own political development and why? I'm not sure I'm all that influenced by fiction. I think maybe a collection of plays by Sophocles called All You See Here Now Is God, translated by Brian Duaries. That is very influential to my thought because they sort of they deal with both performance and trauma, and that's been very important to how I think and what I think. Aside from that, yeah, like I say, not a lot of fiction influences me politically. How did you get inside this coffin? Me? You were the one in the coffin. Why did you crawl in there? I was hiding. From whom? Death? Yes. And people, too. It's a bit too early for me to show my face, a bit too early. So you're visiting our town too, huh? A coffin is the best means of transportation in the world. It can get you to unimaginable places. You look alive, though. So that vehicle is beyond your means for now. A free rider, huh? Just like you. No one sells tickets to ride this train. They don't really tell you what the lamp does. There are sort of clouds of infection that hang around once the outbreak really gets going. So that's more what it's for than lighting. Railroads are beautiful. They always lead to one place you can't turn from. Except when there's a silly mistake like this crash. Dying just to escape fate. Stupid. Boring. What is that monster? Ahead or behind? Behind me. That is Bosturach, creature of steppe legend from which the world was created. What was he trying to achieve here? Stupid. Life can never prevent death. What is ahead then? Why, the fires. As you can see, the blood no longer flows in this artery. There's a clot. You're a doctor, aren't you? Do you have medicine with you? Medicine? What for? How should we know? You're the doctor, not us. Go and see. We're only ensuring no other trains are derailed. We'll fix yours too once the beast leaves the tracks. I'll go on foot then. Someone's waiting for me. Want to share secrets? You first. I'm worried people won't be so happy to see me in the town. What if they shun me like I'm some mutt, slam doors in my face? What if my toll is too small? I could fail to meet my goal. But maybe this is only anxiety. Yes, I can do it. Are you an insurance man? Not really. Your turn now. Be honest and your fate will change. That's how it goes. I'm a surgeon. I could become a good doctor, but I can't find myself. I'm afraid I'll waste my whole life in this state. Do you want to play? I'm game. Dice. What are the stakes? Your fate. A person can't lose their fate. Really making use of the coffin asset. Someone heavy. I hear heavy steps in the dark. I can't see you. Are you deaf? You're feverish. Water. I'm so thirsty. I need a drink of fresh water. Please bring it to me. Where do I get it? Outside. In the yard. Hard to talk. Wait for me. There's a water barrel, but there's some stuff going on over here. Those guys are called the Tragedians. And they're miming playing dice right now. Thirsty fellow traveler? Not me. Someone else. There is water in a wooden barrel behind you. You walked past your goal. Not for the first time, certainly not for the last. I saw the light. I thought it invited me here. Like a moth. But the train was in my path. Each has 2 eyes and 2 ears. Most have 1 nose and 1 mouth. Riddle me this: if eyes and ears were switched, what would be right? If noses and mouths were switched, what would be fixed? Did you kill him? Answer the question, Kalaya. You're a step man. You must know the answer. But I don't. Then be on your way, Kalaya. People don't kill people. Is that man alive then? Bad dream. Why did you wake me up? Did I? Awake, asleep, it doesn't matter. You're a restless man. I just wondered what's inside you. Why? Just who I am. I like to get under people's skin, to look beneath the surface. Curiosity killed the cat. Let me answer another question. Is it worth reading H.P. Lovecraft in 2022? Yeah. You know, he's a foundational writer for a major genre. I'm a big believer in, like, use good emotional boundaries to, like, take the good and leave the bad. H.P. Lovecraft was a racist piece of shit, and there are better writers in the genre. I think, I forget his name, the guy who wrote The King in Yellow. I think he's just a better writer. On a technical level, I think, writers like Aikman, who came after him, who were maybe not as directly, Lovecraftian, but certainly a part of weird fiction, were just better writers. But Lovecraft really had a talent for writing the other, and he has some ideas which you can mine and use in ways that would absolutely piss him off. So if you're interested, go ahead and read him, and if you're not, fuck him. That's what I think. Let Mother Botto caress your step, Kobun. You haven't forgotten your people, have you? No, I haven't. Do you have a good heart? I don't know. I'm afraid it's sick. We hear Earth with our hearts. The heart has a pulse, so does Earth. If they sing in harmony, you hear the language of earth and herbs, the language of warmth and cold. Look, Tanger, and listen. Whose words are all around? What does Earth say? I can't decipher this language. A lot of time passed. You were gone. You forgot many things. Your heart is spoiled, Katanga. Let us see if it's rotten. How can you see that? The fight will show. Whose heart is keen? Who hears the unheard words? You will see my heart. The kin's blood runs through me. I was never torn from my people. Neither was I. This fight is sometimes a little bit buggy. see how this goes. Now, I know you're thinking, man, this is really swimmy looking. Like it's looks probably pretty hard to get a good hit in on this guy. And it's sort of a combination of, it is a small studio. And the fact that you are not good at fighting. Let us trade hearts, Kolaboon. Let's become kin. What need do you have of mine? Isn't it rotten? A river of good washes away a drop of rot. There's no me and you. There's a people, Katanga. Mix your flesh with ours. All right. Let it be so. So yeah, you're playing a doctor. You're not a fighter. Nothing like that. You're playing just a guy, and if anything, over the 12 days that this game takes place, you get weaker, not stronger. We're almost there. Want to play dice? We've played enough, I think. There's no more time for games. You have work to do. Are we there already? Don't worry. You can't miss it. We're riding the rails in a railroad, like fate. Always has a final destination. Our next stop will be our last. The true stop. Good. Well, it was nice passing the time. Good luck with your father. I'm sure he can't wait. I hope so. This trip has been a long time coming.
My dear son, Artemy, I write to you after so many years apart in the hopes that you may find a way to return to us. Something worries me. I fear a difficult trial approaches. I hope that your studies have proven fruitful, and that you have achieved great skill as a surgeon. Such skill might be of use here. I remain the only physician in this town, but you know that I am growing old. I need an assistant.
Don't really like that sound. Don't love being laughed at by unknown people. So here's the quest screen. It sort of shows how quests end up laid out. There'll be sort of a network of different ideas, basically, and the game won't tell you which ideas are the main quest that you should pursue. You'll have to kind of use your judgment. Some of the quests will be like dead ends, and some of them will actively make your life worse, like much worse, so you shouldn't pursue them. So it's just an interesting way of giving you an idea of what you can do without telling you what you should do. And I think it's really kind of brilliant. Let's see. Why don't you create ASMR videos and make $1 million instead of this? That is a really good question. I feel like I would need to be hotter. I'm very conscious of the fact that, I'm getting older. And I probably can't rely on my looks to achieve YouTube fame. And I do feel like some of the appeal, at least, of ASMR is that there's a really cute person, making your skin tingle. I'm not sure that my voice is all that good. And sound is really, really difficult, as I said before. So, yeah, my husband would like to get into it. And I think looks matter less for men, just generally. So, I'll let you know, you personally, the person who asked this, if he does get into that. Hopefully this was nice. I don't really get the ASMR thing, so I'm not sure what exactly a trigger would be for it. Okay, while I was goofing around, our boy Artemy Barak has killed 3 guys. Day 1, in which the Haruspix finds, well, I didn't read it fast enough. Too busy goofing around. So first thing we do is we loot some corpses. There are 2 economies in this game. One of them is the barter economy. Like, you can eat a nut, but it's probably better to barter it. And one of them is sort of the traditional money economy.
The worst is yet to come.
You hit hard for a hunchback. Whoa, boy, you screwed up. Those 3 guys are dead. I saw you do it too. You're gonna be in serious trouble. Hunchback, kid, I'm bent over in pain here. You need to handle that bleeding, old man. You're covered in blood. Your own blood. I know that. Here you go, a tourniquet. Used to be my leash, but seems like you need it more. Thanks. You're a nice kid. Man, you really have some anger problems, don't you? Zing, pow, blam, 3 guys dead. This ain't the right way. Ain't how we do things around here. Yeah? What's the right way then? Well, you gotta be nicer. Just hit him 3 times, max. Send him running and let him run. You don't actually have to kill everyone who bothers you, jeez. I'll keep that in mind.
When the cat's away, the mice will play.
The one with the knife was Kirk, a leather worker. Not gonna cry for him. That guy was nuts. This was an ambush? How long were they waiting for me? They weren't waiting for you. I think you were an accident. Then who was the real target? I don't know. Rumors going around that someone else got murdered tonight. I guess I could sniff around, find out, but who knows? Maybe it's true. Good boy. Our friends, the executors. Their costume's very sort of plague doctor-y. On purpose, of course. Well, Brock, you're nearly dead. Got a few minutes left. I'm here to announce your demise. Are you with that crowd? Of course I'm not. They were just peaceful townsfolk, craftsmen, factory workers, good sons and fathers. But me, I'm much more dangerous. I'm the mask of fate. And what is my fate? It's not pretty, Barack. Really? Why? You've been bashed on the head several times, and the locals' fists are heavy. And one of those 4 stab wounds looks deep. Significant blood loss, too, and the local climate is unforgiving in terms of strain. Do you have any heart conditions? My heart's too soft. Mine too. Your health is a mess. I'm guessing you haven't eaten in several days, and that you didn't sleep last night. Did you? That's what I thought. So your hunger and exhaustion are critical too. I wonder which of these afflictions will be the death of you first. So what's your plan? Any good advice? Dressing your wounds would be a good start. Where would I get bandages? A drugstore, Barack. You've been studying surgery for 6 years, and you're just finding this out now. But it's not about the wounds. Even when they're dressed, you still need to be aware of your body. It's not always on your side. Pay attention to its needs. I'll figure it out. What next? Next you die anyway. Because the whole town will soon have it out for you. And it's got nothing to do with the 3 poor souls you've just done in. Great. Why do they hate me? My colleague over there can explain it better. That's his role. Mine is teaching you how your body works so you don't die before you make it home. Fair enough. Forewarned, forearmed. Welcome back home, Warden. You've been away a while. You probably don't remember the heady scent of Dwyer in the air. Do you know why you got attacked? No clue. The whole town is looking for a murderer. A very important and respected man was killed last night. The townsfolk loved him better than some children love their fathers. Don't be too hard on them. Should I feel bad for them? Say sorry, maybe. Maybe you should. Your father would. Brilliant doctor. Far better than us. I know. Indeed. Old Isidore Burrock is the exemplar of a true doctor and a true human being, if a miserable one. Do you honor your father? We're done here. I won't discuss my father with you. Whatever. That bit's not important. Time is short. Oh, by the way, Barack. Time is important. Be careful how you spend it, and be aware that you don't have much left. How much? You've got less than 2 weeks, Barack. 12 or so days. Trust me, I'm a specialist. So use your time well, and hurry home now. Why are you wasting your time here? Your father's waiting. I should hurry home. That's true. That's why I'd return to town after all. Be quiet. He must not hear your voice. Lean close. He only speaks in lies and wants you dead. I'll be damned. Does everyone want me dead? Do not go home, Barack. Stay clear of home. In town you have some friends yet, do you know? Let me guess. Father is unhappy with me, isn't he? Unhappy? Far from it. Far as can be, but still, do not go home, I beg of you. Heed my words true. Avert your doom, Barack. Averting doom isn't my style. The town is yours, Barack. May you soon find how deep, how far its roots run down your spine. May you inhabit it, sink through its pores, learn vein and artery, nerve and blood and cell. You need no home beyond the town itself. Forget that place you so eagerly seek. I beg forgiveness. Grievous harm will come to me should I tell you more than I can. I'll keep what you said in mind. What do I do to get in the right headspace for writing? Is there music or a particular physical setting that helps me? So I live in a really tiny place with my husband, like really, really tiny. I've lived before in a much smaller place. I think 200 square feet is the smallest place I lived with my husband in. But yeah, I kind of have to be polite, so I can't really listen to music to get in the right headspace. Mostly what I do is I wait until I'm anxious about not having written, which happens pretty quickly. But aside from that, you know, I want to write basically constantly. The real thing I need to do is like stay off Twitter, which I don't. My Twitter's a mess. It's not good. I don't know why I'm on there. I don't show my best self on there. But, yeah. Anyway, that's a tangent. I just want to write all the time. I love to write. And, I might put on, like, noise-canceling headphones so that my husband can watch TV. But other than that, I don't have a lot of trouble sitting down to write unless I like have a headache or something. She must be offended or ashamed. She's free to go, we told her, but she refuses. I'll have you know, we were respectful. We only checked her legs. It's mandatory. She had normal human legs. So, free to go now. Yet there she stands. You checked her legs? What for? Neither clay nor bone. She's a normal, living girl, not a shabnak, and so she's free to go. Yet she doesn't. She must be offended. The steppe people have odd morals. They don't fear death, they refuse to cut a body, and are ashamed of strange things. What shabnak? A shabnak, a creature of steppe legends. They say Earth disgorges it, and then it steals a woman's form and goes around murdering folks. It's all silly, of course, but we have an order to check, so we do. Who ordered this? We are Sabarov's people. Each of the 3 houses assigned someone to look for the monster. The Olgimskis, the Kanes, of course, and obviously the Sabarovs, the latter being us. And who might you be, good sir? What monster? A steppe creature, a golem, a clay wench. It steals a woman's shape. But its legs remain clay or bone, so that's how you can tell. Bone or clay. Right. I remember the tale. See, here's the quest system. This just tells you that information you got from this person or from this event will lead to something else later. So just keep it in mind. It's a good way of telling you, hey, this is important, keep it in mind. It's really, like I say, it's brilliant. I hope other games steal it. At last, a crowd now gathers round my act. Sit down like that. Now watch. Death by starvation. Too busy. But speaking of starvation, have you got any food at all? I'd cut a man open for some dried old toast. So the good sir fancies a slice. Have one. Shan't last in half an hour's time. My act resumes. Come see. Death by starvation, lads and lasses. That's okay. I'll just find another freak with toast. Wrong. You should look for freaks that trade in trash. Perhaps homeowning freaks, too foolish to see as you rummage through their paltry things. Their cadence is really hard for me. I respect other people's property. That's so. Then our good audience shall their eyes soon feast upon our play. Death by starvation, Barak. Can you now feel their hungry stares? Fair enough. Can I get a lockpick then? Yeah. Bread and a lockpick. There we go. I need food. Of course, you get much thirstier. Because, fuck you, that's why. Have to drink water to get rid of thirst. And my health is really bad. So I'm going to use a tourniquet. Which does almost nothing. Awesome. This game is, you know, you're fucked the game. That's how it goes. Would you look at that? What's going on there? It's where the bodies were taken. What bodies? Of today's victims. Accidental victims. What do you mean? The autumn is foul this year. People have gone mad, that's what I mean. I don't understand. So this mostly exists to let you know that you can't just loot corpses. People really frown on looting corpses or cutting them open on the street. Like, who knew? So that's the nightmare I had. Can you imagine? Just before I woke up, I told him, "Be on your way then, Kalaya. People don't kill people." What do you want, old man? I feel like I've seen you before. Each has 2 eyes and 2 ears. Most have 1 nose and 1 mouth. Riddle me this. If eyes and ears were switched, what would be right? If noses and mouths were switched, what would be fixed? Just eat less before you go to sleep and you'll stop having nightmares. So, I guess I'll loot from a corpse just to demonstrate how the system works. So I'm taking just some chalk. And my reputation's gone down a little bit. If I do it repeatedly, it'll go down a lot more each time I do it. So yeah, don't fuck around with reputation in this game. If it's low enough, people will start hunting you in the streets. Look at this handsome guy. Hey, Norkene. Bikara, you are a good man. Buy my bull. Buy Lara, Norkene. How much do you want for it? It's as good as free. 300. Cheap indeed. Is it stolen? You offend me, Katengor. Not stolen. It's just that money is needed more than bulls these days. How come? Prices will rise 2 times tomorrow, 4 times a day after that, and Suak knows what will happen 2 days after tomorrow. I need to stock up today. Oh my. How do you know this? Don't laugh, but my bull told me. You are a funny man, Nohukirne. It's not just any bull, it brings luck. When the time comes, it'll tell you what to do. Can it talk then? Untene, it is known. It will talk on the scariest day of your life, showing you the right way. Kalarda, I'd rather not have it at all. Perhaps there won't be a scary day in my life then. That's funny logic, like you believe your own tall tale. The scary day will come if you have a bull or not. It's not his life, but yours. Take him for 200. It's a good bull. Bikara, it'll be useful to you. I don't even have a place to keep it. Pay me now, and I'll bring it to your place later. There'll come a day when you'll be grateful to me. That was funny, Kalaya. Go sell your bull to Big Flawed. He has a lot of money. You can go back and buy the bull, and I advise you do, because it's a talking bull. I find myself exhausted, soon to fall. Dead tired, as they say. I wonder what it means. I'm no good at riddles. When your exhaustion peaks, soon death follows. But how can one escape such a sad fate? By getting some sleep. But woe is me, for I've no place to sleep. Doors locked before this low tragedian, now unwelcome here in his hometown. Is there no bunkhouse for the needy homeless in the town? Who knows? But you, Barack, are no mere tramp. A hero such as you won't be let in. I'll sleep when I'm dead, I guess. Go home, Barack. Repose will do you good. But should you find another's cot, be quick to steal sleep. Sweet dreams, misfortune seeker. Thanks. You too. I should answer another question. If Dedu was real, what left tendency would he be? Oh hey, what's that guy? So Dedu is, of course, the best boy from Fire Emblem Three Houses, and he is the bodyguard to a prince. Now, you might say, Qualia, he can't possibly be a leftist. He is literally a royalist. And you know what? I personally believe that if Liz Brenning, who fully is pro-life, is a leftist, if Vosh, who just opposes reading just kind of on principle, is a leftist, then of course Dedu is a leftist. So it's just a matter of what kind of leftist he is. And if I had to guess, because I you know, as you point out, his politics would not lead you to believe he was one. The only thing I really have to go on is his hair. His hair is bitchin'. And I'm sorry to all other left tendencies. If I had to pick the tendency with the most bitchin' hair, it's got to be the anarchists. So you heard it here first. Dedu, best boy, is an anarchist. So this here is a tutorial on minding your own fucking business. There are like 5 guys here ready to beat up these people. And if you tell them to knock it off, they will beat the fuck out of you. So we're gonna skip that tutorial and just go ahead and mind our own fucking business right now. So relieved they brought fresh water from the springs. Otherwise we'd have to drink from the Gorkin. Have you lost it? You see the abattoir over there? Guess where all the waste gets dumped. You have no sense of humor, Tenig. Who'd drink from the Gorkin? Even blood would be better. So, fresh spring water is good news. But I wonder how long it will last. What about water bearers? Have they left for more? Vlad the Younger manages the water bearers now, but he's a simpleton. I've heard rumors he might be digging a well. Surely false, of course. Even someone completely incompetent wouldn't do that. Indeed, I doubt anyone in this town would be that reckless. That guy I saw. If you see a man run and are angry today, they kill the likes of you and I. You think we have anything in common, Odonka? We're not human. We're different. You're a worm, true. But I am human, all right. You look like a murderer. Do not delve into the town's flesh if you want to live. Keep to the outskirts. Less people here. Thanks, Worm. Let Mother Botto keep your footprints warm. Hey guys. What's up? Gotta visit my dad. Can't visit my dad. There. Locked shut. Won't let anyone in. Not that I object. There must be order. And so, it was ordered. What are you all waiting for, me? So you're Barak's son, then? The one who left town so long ago? You missed him by hours. Guess it was in the cards. Couldn't you have gotten here, say, yesterday? Everything would be different then. He waited for you so eagerly. Get on with it. What happened? Old Barak is dead. Dead? Dead. No one knows how. Rumor has it he was murdered. A load of bull. He was like a father to all of us. Who would kill him? I don't buy it. Neither do I. The town's gone mad like frightened children, so eager to catch someone, anyone, and no idea who. Some say it was an outsider, others a Shabnuk. When it hits home, people are quick to drag the clay wench from the depths of memory. What clay wench? A Shabnuk idea, a thing of steppe legends. Yes, I know about it. Well, maybe the killer was a Shabnuk. Who else? A person couldn't have done it. You think so? Isidore was a man. Men must not kill men, and so men do not kill men. At least not in this town, they don't. Obviously they do now. So, that's the setup to the game. Very soon, people are gonna decide I did it, and my reputation's gonna tank, and I'm gonna have to start running. And that's the first day, trying not to get killed when all these fine people decide I killed my dad. Thank you so much for showing up. If you love Pathologic 2, I do too. Just let me know below if you want me to play more. I will absolutely play more. And like I say, I'll make sure to keep it off of your feed. Find a way to notify the people who want to watch. Check out my Patreon. Ask me more questions below. It's been a real pleasure to do this for you. And thank you again to my Patreon supporters who got me this far. I have 49 now, which is insane. It's insane. I never thought I'd get that many.